if I have a shoulder there. So we're gonna go upper extremities.
This one.
Yeah, So go all the way down. See if I have a shoulder there. So go all the way down.
All the way down.
Yeah, see it says MJ shoulder.
Here?
The other one. That one is a test. So, okay. So we usually, like I said, we do 3 of them. Okay. Now, this one, remember I told you, anything that is white box has to have a number or has to have something in it. So right now, which box doesn't have something in it?
This one, the right
Right.
one.
So we have to center it. Now, how did we figure this out? Just by experience. We have to put a number. So we have to say right, let's say 120.
Okay.
The higher the number, the bigger the guy is and the more you want to offset. The tinier the guy is, the less you need to offset, so the lower the number.
Yeah.
I don't know, so I'm just gonna say 120. So put R120, right? It's his right shoulder.
So R. Oh, sorry. Oops. R120.
Okay, what was in here?
10.
No.
It was like 24 or 20 or something.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Okay.
So what is the range though? Or how
Like
do
I
they-
said, there is no range. Somewhere between, I would say somewhere between maybe really, really tiny person, maybe 90 to about 130, something like that.
And so the larger person is, you would say about 130?
Yeah, something like that. So I'm just guessing 120, okay? And also the way they are positioned.
How
Okay.
far over?
How much more do I need to offset it?
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be offset that much. Okay.
Okay.
All right, then normal. Everything else is normal. So,
So it's 120 millimeters.
uh-huh.
All right, Justin, we're gonna get started. So please hold still.
This one's not working.
It's okay, boy. I fix it. I don't like to mess with it when
Oh, yeah.
sometimes it causes problem.
Did it snap?
Did we plug it in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, one thing is no, it should be okay.
Action failed.
Oh, it says action fail.
Yeah, maybe it's not plugged in.
Sorry.
No, is the coil. So, do you edit again? Okay. Going here, we always have problem with it. If you do it correctly, if you write the correct offset, this is how it should look.
Okay.
Perfectly centered. If you don't pick the correct offset, this may be a little here, or this might be way over there. This is perfect, because you see the head here, and you see the sphenoideus muscle all the way there. These are the sagittals. You see how nice and centered it is?
Yeah.
Also, when you see the shaft like that, you see the shaft, the head and the shaft, that means our positioning was really good. Because once we do finish with this, we're gonna open the book,
Yeah.
and our picture is gonna mimic the book. If our picture mimic the book, then hell,
Yeah.
we're doing a great job, right? Okay. So the first one is the easiest one,
Okay.
which is the axial. So let's just go view that. Okay. So we're gonna have our coronal, sagittal, and axial, right?
Okay.
So imagine like brain. If I'm gonna do, axial on a brain, I use sagittal and coronal, right? Here, primary, secondary, because here I can see the half the chest. I can see the head of the humerus really nicely. So why bother with that when I have such a nice image like that? So shift click, Now this one is good. If it wasn't good, you go one behind it, one after it, one before, one after, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that looks great, right? I see the whole head, then why bother?
Is that what we were looking for? To see the
That's
whole
what
head?
we're looking for,
Okay.
to see the whole head.
Okay.
So now, every place is a different. Some people want all the way from the top of the shoulder, like clavicle and everything. Some people may not. So for here, we go all the way from top.
So just right. Just
Uh-huh.
click and shift.
Shift, just normal. And of course, you have to flip it. If the shoulder is nice and straight like that, there is not really a need for angulation. If you have to angle, the angle is very slight, a little bit downward, but extremely slight. So go ahead and maybe push it down a notch.
This way?
The other way. Always the other way. Right there. That's too much. Okay, right there. Okay. Now, go ahead and bring it down, and we stop somewhere here.
Right under the head?
Yeah, under, right there. Maybe one less.
One less.
Yeah, and then bring it down a notch because those are air up there. A little bit more. Right there. That's perfect. So I will leave it right there, and you zoom it a little bit. And you got one right through the joint. You see the joint?
Yeah.
Just right over the head, there is one slice, which I like. Just right over the head.
Right here?
Right there.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So you can go in here now if you want and do your plus and minus and see, you can see the shaft. To me, that's it. You can maybe center it a little bit. The only thing you want to do maybe is center it.
Like what? Like
Bring
this
it a little
over?
bit, yeah, just a notch. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Like, cut it in half. That's
Okay.
good for me.
Like that?
That's it. So now, for SAT, you don't need to put it, but you can activate it. You know the difference physically, physically put it on so you can see the red
Yeah.
line.
Uh-huh.
You don't, sometimes you don't have to do it on everything. The two for sure are axial brain that you physically need to put on the bottom, and then the cervical and lumbar. You want it to be, right here.
Okay.
These you can just activate them.
So when you activate it, what does it do?
It does it still, but you don't have to
Place it.
place it. The machine still does
So
it.
the capital outside field of view?
So
Okay.
here, what do we think the motion might be coming? The motion, is it breathing?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because no fluid is going on crazy here, right?
Okay.
So it's the chest breathing, right? People with large breasts, people with heavy chest, large, when they lay down, they start breathing with their abdomen and chest. So obviously it's not coming from here, right? So it's got to come from here, and it's not coming anything from here, right?
Yeah.
So it's got to come from here. So go ahead and activate it. So we wanted it to come from right, so you can activate right. And then we want to come from I, not S, because again, what's coming from here? Nothing.
Nothing.
Exactly. So I. That's it.
Okay, so you don't actually have to activate
You don't
it
have
there.
to actually put it on.
Okay.
Okay. So let the machine does the work for you. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So now this is a gradient. Gradient echoes are what kind of sequences? Fast, quick.
Short.
So everything got to be on a short side, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's long, then it defeats the name.
Yeah.
You can't call this car, super fast, and it has a 2-cylinder, 50 horsepower. What the hell? Fast for what? Lawnmower? You know what I'm saying. So short. So minimum is okay, or minimum full. Either way, it's coming up with minimum is okay. So the TR we want short. 400, 450, 550, short. 600, those are all short. Flip angle, I always like 25. I want not to come all the way down, but not barely coming.
Yeah.
25 I like because it's like a quarter there, If 45 is half, at least I'm quarter, right?
Yeah.
Quarter of a 45, right? Okay. So bandwidth, if you're not sure, always leave it in the middle. Okay? So if the range is, let's say 10 to 40, 20 is in the middle, if you're not sure what to do. Our field of view and everything is set. We're doing 4 millimeter with a half a gap. It's good. 14 is pretty small field of view, right?
Yeah.
It's actually large field of view, but numerically it's a small, right?
Yeah.
Because we want to like zoom the shoulder out,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the number is numerically is a small, but the image is
Big.
bigger. If the number is big, like 40, the image is
Small.
So it's reversed, unfortunately. Makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
40, the small is 40 centimeter, a picture is, yeah. Imagine I'm 40 centimeter away from you, or I'm 10 centimeter away from you. Which
Yeah.
one?
How bigger will that?
How
I
bigger?
never hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Okay. The phase and frequency, these are average phase and frequency, 256 by 192. Frequency is 256, phase is 192. 192 is average. Little bit better would be 224, little bit better would be 320, and so forth and so on. But right now we want to practice something average for right now, and then the next is 2, right?
Okay.
So everything is like a standard, kind of average type of exam. Okay, so what do you do? Uh-huh.
3 minutes, is that too much?
We're not looking at the slices at all, or
Yeah.
Should
There's.
we reduce it a little bit?
Yeah. It's,
It's only by 2. Is that 19?
yeah.
That's 19, but this
That's
is
27.
Or 37?
37.
Yeah, you could have gone to 40. Go ahead and see if it should go to 40. Try not to use this always, because this
Okay.
is kind of giving you guys a lot of problem.
Yeah.
Because you constantly going to the big one, and big one it is especially for a gradient. It doesn't have what you want.
Yeah.
So don't rely on this one. That's just something to help you a little quick, but you know, try 400.
400.
I do not go below 400,
Okay.
me, on this system, not the one in St. Jude or Hoag Hospital, on this
Yeah.
system.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the lowest we can do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't match. If I want to match, it's gonna go to 100. Is
Yeah.
TR of 100 a good TR for a gradient echo?
No.
No. So we just stop. Okay. Then prep the baby.
Okay, we're gonna get started on the first scan, Justin. It's gonna be about 2.5 minutes, and the table's gonna be.
You see, that's a very good example of not not matching the number.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gives me 40, but I only need 17.
Yeah.
So how much do I go down?
Right. Yeah.
I just can't keep going down on the TR to go TR of 50, so I can match it. It just doesn't make sense. So you don't want to always match it. You have to put everything in perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we're waiting, we can go do the PD. Okay, now coronal, you can't use this obviously, right? The choice here, we want to use this one. Again, if you position good, your images come out good. But just to make sure you have the best, the head, and this is glenoid fossa. So kind of go back and forth a little bit. Make sure you don't have anything better. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. But I'm losing the fossa. So go back. Okay, go back one more. Okay, no. So you see, the one that we had was the best.
This one?
Because we want the fossa. And right under it is sphenoideus muscle. Okay? So this one, we want to angle along the glenoid and along the sphenoideus muscle. So shift click somewhere here.
Somewhere here?
Okay, and then tilt the...
Oh no!